Hi y'all, welcome back to a new bookish video. These are all the books I want to try reading in the month of August. So I'm going to share a little bit about them, show you guys the covers, and some thoughts I have before I read them. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So I think I'm going to start my way from the top and work my way to the bottom, showing you guys what the books I want to read. Also, some of these books I am currently reading, and I have one Kindle Unlimited book I'm currently reading and another that I want to start reading this month in August. So first up is this YA graphic novel called Frizzy. This is the front of it. It's so gorgeous. I love the cover and I love the color scheme of it. Here's a bit of how the pictures look. I really like the drawing too. So a quick summary about Frizzy. Who's the author? The author is written by Claribel A. Ortega and the art is by Rose Bosamra. Hope I'm pronouncing those right. But a little bit quick summary about this book is this character right here is named Marlene, and basically her mom wants her to be presentable, which means straightening her every weekend so she has good hair, like it's presentable, because sometimes curly hair isn't seen as presentable, but she hates being in the salon and doesn't understand why her curls are not considered pretty by those. So I feel like this book is about her embracing and learning how to love her curls, and I'm sure her mom is going to be along in the journey of realizing that curls can be presentable and look good and just as much. So that's a little bit about Frizzy. I'm excited to read of that. One of my biggest goals I feel like this year is I want to get into more all age group books like children's, YA, and adult that have more people of color and representation, because I feel like this is such a good thing to have, especially for young kids, because in middle school I did not like my curly hair and I always wanted to straighten it as well. So I want to start reading more books and hopefully recommend it to people who need it in the time of going through their life. Next two books I want to read are mangas, and it is called The Ice Guy and the Cool Girl. First, I always want to appreciate the covers. Aren't they so pretty? So I got this one maybe several months ago. I think I got The Ice Guy and the Cool Girl Volume 1. And then my sister just recently got me the second volume for my birthday. I have not read it, but I have very high hopes for this. There's an anime out also, so I want to read the manga first and then watch the anime because both seem so cute. And this is how the looks inside, kinda. So this is a summary for the first volume in The Ice Guy and the Cool Girl. Sparks fly between the handsome descendant of a snow spirit and his oblivious crush in this co-workers to lovers romantic comedy. Himuro is a modern-day ice god and an ordinary office worker who just so happens to have snow spirit powers. He's also besotted with his aloof co-worker Fuyutsuki. At first glance, the pair both seem to be calm, cool, and collected. But beneath Himuro's icy good looks rages a passionate blizzard of love. On the other hand, Fuyutsuki's cool facade believes nothing about any feelings she might have for Himuro in return, because she's too oblivious to really realize anything. What's a snowman in love to do? That's the summary. I might have messed up the names a little bit. I see if I show them right here. That's the summary. It sounds really cute to me. I think I've seen a few clips before the anime came out, or when it first came out, like previews of it, and it just looks so cute. The animation looked beautiful, but even like the manga, the way he's just like always like blushing or going crazy about any interaction with her just seems so cute to me. So I'm really excited to read this. It just seems like such a gushy, cute, feel-good romance. And then the second manga, I think this is the last manga right now, is Sign of Affection. I am currently reading this one. I'm not really halfway through, but I'm like right here, and on this is how much I have that I've read right now. And this one, I am really enjoying it. Honestly, before I read this, once again, I saw that it was becoming an anime, and I wanted to read the manga before I watched the anime. And the anime is out, so I'm falling behind, but it does seem really cute. I honestly, when I'm reading it, it's a bit more surprising than I thought. Like the interactions, I was like, what is gonna happen? What's going on? I do want to finish it this month and then watch the anime, because I'm just really excited to watch the anime, but I am trying to read some mangas before I watch the animes. Now oh, what is that bug near the window? Oh, you need to get out here. What? It wants to hear about the books too, but okay. The summary for Sign of Affection is: Yuki is a college student who's into friends and fashions. She's also deaf. A chance meeting on a train leads to a serious crush, but can it grow into something more? Yuki, who's always been deaf, is used to communicating with a sign language and her phone, but she's not used to English. So when a tourist from overseas asks for directions, she nearly panics until a handsome stranger steps in to help. His name is Itsumi, and it turns out he's a friend of a friend. Charismatic globetrotter, Itsumi speaks 3 languages, but he's never had a deaf friend. The two feel drawn to each other and plan a date on a romantic winter's night. But Yuki's friend is afraid that she might settle herself up to get hurt. Could this be something real, or will these feelings melt away with the snow? It's real. No, none of the love is melting away, okay? So yeah, I'm currently reading this and plan on finishing this month so I can watch the anime also this month, maybe. That'll be fun. But so far, I'm enjoying it, and I think it's really cute. Now we are on to the last 4 of the physical books, and then I'll get into the ebooks. So the first physical book is Unwanted by Mia Sheridan. Mia Sheridan is the book, and she is the author of Archer's Voice, which I give Archer's Voice a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely loved Archer's Voice. There was like a few tiny things. That's why it's 4.5. There's a few tiny things that like, I understand why it was for the plot, but I also didn't necessarily like it. But I did love Archer and Bree's characters so much. I love their relationship. I thought it was so pure and precious, and their love was like so patient and understanding. So I got her not second book, but I got another book by this author, because when I love a book so much, I am so curious to see if I will love the author's other works. So I decided to get Unwanted. There's a few other books by this author, but this is the one that has me most interested. She describes this as a Tarzan romance. So because I follow her on Instagram, and she shares about this book all the time, and I'm always like liking every post, like, oh my gosh, give me more previews of this book. It's so interesting to me. So this is the summary for Unwanted. Also, I'm so bad at pronouncing words. I get shy about it, but it is what it is, okay? His eyes met hers, military, feeling his expression. Everyone gave me away. No one kept me. Her heart stuttered, squeezed. I'll keep you, she whispered. When wildness guide Harper Ward is summoned to her small-town Montana sheriff's office to help with the double murder investigation, she's shocked to find that the only suspect in the case is a man cut off from civilization entirely. The more Harper learns about the man known only as Lucas, the more intrigued she becomes. Beneath his unkempt appearance and near silence, she sees intelligence in his eyes, sensitivity in his expression. Who is he really, and how is it possible that he's lived alone and unwanted in the woods since he was a child? As secrets emerge and danger heightens, Harper is thrust into a plot bigger and more diabolical than she could have ever imagined. And standing at the center of it all is Lucas. But is he truly the wild man he appears to be, a cold-blooded killer, an innocent victim, or a perplexing mix of all 3? Harper must find the answer before it's too late, because the more time she spends with this man, the more she risks losing her heart. That's the summary of that. So I am honestly so excited to be reading this book, because not only because the author always shares like snippets from this, and I do like her other book, but because it sounds like a thriller type romance, and I love my fluffy cute romances, but honestly I have been wanting a little bit more out of the romance books, so that's why I've been more diving into fantasy. And I don't want like super like horror thriller type romance, but I feel like this would be a good mix, so hopefully it is. And yeah, that's that. So the next book is The Love Hypothesis, and this is one of the books I am currently reading, and I feel like I'm gonna be done with it. I'm trying to finish it within the week, honestly. This is how much I am at. Whoa, wait, yeah, more than halfway through. This is how much is left. This is how much I've read, so more than halfway through. Currently on chapter 14, page 219, and there are about 375 pages, so more than halfway through. Currently I am enjoying it. Did I kind of take a few sneak peeks at the end? Kind of, yes. I did read like the extra chapter that has Adam's point of view, because I love the male character's point of view, and this is like just the main, it's one point of view, it's just the girls, which is fine. I'm enjoying it. But I did read a little bit at the end, and I'm just nervous about how it's gonna end, or like, I'm pretty sure it's a happy ending, but I'm nervous to see how the story like progresses and there. I'm hoping I still like it, but currently I am enjoying it basically. So yeah, that's the Love Hypothesis. I am having like a whole video dedicated to this book and the Blood Marrow, so I won't get into too much the review right now since I'm not finished, but that is one of the books I want to finish this August. And then the next is the Blood Marrow. Again, that will be in the video with the Love Hypothesis. It is a fantasy book, and I think it also has, I think the subplot is romance. It's not the main plot thing, but subplot is romance, and it's like a slow burn. So this is also, I found this off at TikTok. A small author was promoting it, so I was very intrigued, and she did her own artwork. She wrote this book and she drew the characters, and I think the characters look so cool. I just love that. I honestly, there's a map and then a picture of the characters, like that just, it just helps with the story so much, like bring it to view. This is the summary for the Blood Marrow, and this is how the back looks. Also, the front says a legend becomes a curse. I feel like this is like a lot of things that like draw you to the cover. It's very intriguing. Power, secrets, betrayal. According to legend, the native tribes of Imperia harbored a mysterious power capable of warding off death itself. As war threatens the safety of her brother and everyone else she holds dear, the daughter of the Empire, Iris Wu, turns her back on her royal title and joins the rank of the Order of Alabas. The Order is a powerful group of international outcasts looking to make a name for themselves. Despite their seemingly righteous intentions of fighting back against the oppressive ruling nations, Iris discovers that the Order is harboring a dark secret. She learns that the leader is hunting for a legendary power known as the Blood Marrow, and Iris becomes more valuable than ever. For any hope of survival, Iris must discover the truth of the legend, if there is any truth to it at all. In a thrilling journey of power, mystery, and love, she soon learns her past, her pedigree, and her future are more intertwined with the Order than she had ever imagined. So yeah, that's the book for the Blood Marrow. It's a fantasy book, and I do want to start reading more fantasy books, preferably romantic-y books, because I always want a little bit of romance and something. But that's the Blood Marrow. I do plan on reading this for sure the month of August. And now it's time for the last book of this stack, and probably the longest book with about 475 pages. It is called The Serpent and the Wings of Night. It is a romantasy, and I just recently got this like a couple days ago, and I am really excited for this book, honestly. It is a book one of the Nightborn duet, so I'm assuming there's one more book after this, and I haven't read a series in a long time. I think out of all these books, the only ones that are technically series are like mangas, because there's always a whole bunch of mangas, but all of these are like standalones, I'm pretty sure. So this is the first book. Oh, look what Frizzy. This is the only book this month as like a series. So this is the cover for the book. I'm honestly not sure if I've seen this book on TikTok, because I feel like I've seen a lot of fantasy books usually have like the same type of, not the same type of cover, but like a similar cover. And then, oh, this is the second book right here, The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. I don't know if I've even seen it when at the Barnes and Nobles when I went and got it, but I don't know if it's I don't know if it's a TikTok book. I honestly don't want to look up anything about it, because I don't want to see any reviews on it or how people felt about it, like negative or bad, until I read it myself. Because it's such a long book and a series book, like I don't want to think like off of other people's reactions, like if I like it or not, or why didn't they like it, or why do they like it type stuff, you know. So I just want to have like my own clear mindset going into reading this fantasy book, because usually I like looking at some reviews, preferably for like romance books that are like just the cute fluffy ones, you know. For like fantasy with like twists and things like that, you don't want to get spoilers for it, so I don't want to look into anything for that. This is the summary though for this book. For humans and vampires, the rules of survival are the same. Never trust, never yield, and always guard your heart. Adopted human daughter of the Nightborn Vampire King, Araya carved her place in a world designed to kill her. Her only chance to become something more than prey is entering the Kajari, a legendary tournament held by the goddess of death herself. But winning won't be easy amongst the vicious warriors from all three vampire houses. To survive, Araya is forced to make an alliance with a mysterious rival. Everything about Raheen, or his reign, not sure, is dangerous. He is a ruthless vampire, an efficient killer, an enemy to her father's crown, and her greatest competition. Yet what terrifies Araya most of all is that she finds herself oddly drawn to him. But there's no room for compassion in the Kajari. wore a night-born crown bruised, shattering everything that Oriah thought she knew about her home. And Raheen O'Rain may understand her more than anything, but the blossoming attraction could be her downfall in a kingdom where nothing is more deadlier than love. It's giving enemies to lovers. It's giving slow burn, I hope. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna be some twists. So I'm really excited to read this book. I don't know, I don't want to have too much high hopes, but I don't want to have like low hopes for it. But I'm excited because I want to read more fantasy, and the last vampire book I read was not giving vampire. But the last book I read that was like a human vampire romance was, I think it was called My Vampire, I Have a Roommate as a Vampire, something similar to that, and it was an audiobook, and I did not really like that book. It was like, it was okay, but it wasn't giving any vampire vibes whatsoever. Like it didn't have the vampire like romance or that I was looking for, basically. So I'm hoping, and I feel like this one will have more of a vampire romance because how long it is, and it's more like a fantasy book. The other one was like basically plain romance fluffy book, like no action, no adventure, no danger, nothing like that. So this one is like basically like fighting in a tournament. So I'm pretty sure it will have vampire, like Twilight vampires, where there's like fight scenes and like, you know, gotta protect the girl and things like that. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. So that is all the books I want to try reading in the month of August. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, and the Kindle Unlimited. Whoa, the Kindle Unlimited ones. I think it's Halfling I'm still reading. I want to finish that. I'm pretty sure I'll finish that in the month of August. And there's one other book. I forgot the name, but I will insert it right here. I found it off of TikTok. The videos are so cute. And I think it's like a romantic-y one as well. I'm not sure if it's fancy, but it's like the trope is bodyguard romance, basically. So I'm really excited to read that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna read it on Kindle Unlimited or buy a copy of it. I kind of want to try buy a copy of it, but this is what it is right here, and that's all the books I want to read. So 2 Kindle Unlimited books possibly, or the physical copy of that one, and all of these books right here. Altogether, about 10 books I want to read or try to read in the month of August. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe so I will know you guys want to see more bookish content. And please comment what books you want to read or try reading in the month of August. And I will see y'all in the next video.